Hey, Alex, you know how grown-ups are always talking about AI this and AI that? What even is that stuff?
It's like having a super smart robot brain, Morgan. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, Morgan. Artificial means it's not real, like a fake plant. And intelligence means being able to learn and figure things out, like you do in school.
So, it's a fake brain that can learn? Like a computer that can think for itself?
Exactly. Think of your video games. Some of the characters you play against aren't controlled by another person, right? They react to what you do. That's often AI at work. It's a program that's been taught to make decisions.
Whoa! So, how does it learn? Do they go to robot school?
Not exactly. They learn by looking at tons and tons of examples. Imagine you're teaching a computer to recognize pictures of cats. You show it thousands of pictures of cats, and you tell it, this is a cat. The computer starts to notice patterns, pointy ears, whiskers, a furry tail.
Like a connect the dots puzzle, but with cats?
Precisely. And the more pictures it sees, the better it gets at recognizing cats, even if it's a cat it's never seen before. This is called machine learning, a type of AI. It's like teaching a dog a trick, but instead of treats, you give the computer data.
So, AI is just really good at spotting patterns?
That's a big part of it, and it uses those patterns to make predictions or decisions. There are different types of AI. Some AI is really good at one specific thing, like playing chess. Other AI is more general, meaning it can do lots of different things, but maybe not as well as the specialized AI.
Like how I'm pretty good at video games, drawing, and building with Legos, but my friend Sarah is amazing at drawing, way better than me.
That's a perfect analogy. Now, to get a little more technical, one way AI learns is through something called a neural network. Imagine a bunch of tiny switches all connected. When the AI sees a picture of a cat, some switches turn on and some turn off. The AI adjusts the connections between the switches until it gets the right answer. Cat.
So it's like a giant light board that figures out what a cat looks like?
You got it. And these neural networks can be used for all sorts of things, not just recognizing cats. They can translate languages, write stories, even help doctors diagnose diseases. The math behind it can get pretty complicated, involving things like weighted averages and activation functions, but the basic idea is simple. Learn from examples and adjust until you get it right.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. So, AI is basically a super smart computer program that learns from examples and can do things that usually only humans can do.
Exactly. It's like a robot brain that's getting smarter and smarter every day. And we're going to talk about how we use these robot brains every single day, sometimes without even realizing it.
Hey, Alex, ever wonder how your phone seems to know what you want, even before you finish asking?
You mean like when I say, "Hey Siri, what's the weather?" It's like magic.
It seems like magic, but it's actually AI, specifically something called a voice assistant. Think of Siri or Google Assistant as super smart helpers living inside your phone.
So, how do they understand me? Do they have super hearing?
Not exactly super hearing, but they do have amazing ears. Your phone records your voice, and then the AI breaks it down into tiny pieces. It's like taking a sentence and chopping it into individual sounds. These sounds are then compared to a huge library of sounds the AI has learned.
A library of sounds? Like a giant sound dictionary?
Exactly. And the AI uses something called natural language processing, or NLP, to figure out what those sounds mean. NLP is like teaching a computer to understand human language. It's how the AI knows that weather refers to the temperature, clouds, and if it's raining or sunny.
Wow, so it's like learning a new language, but for computers.
Precisely. And it's not just about understanding the words, but also the way we say them. Think about it. You can say, "What's the weather?" in a happy voice, a sad voice, or even a grumpy voice. The AI needs to understand the meaning is the same, even if the tone is different.
That sounds super complicated.
It is, but that's what makes it so cool. The AI uses complex algorithms, which are like sets of instructions, to analyze your voice. One important part is called automatic speech recognition, or ASR. ASR is the technology that converts your spoken words into text that the computer can understand.
So ASR turns my voice into words, and then NLP figures out what those words mean?
You got it. And then the AI uses all that information to give you an answer. For example, if you say, "Set a timer for 10 minutes, the AI understands you want it to start a countdown. It then uses another part of its brain to control the phone's timer function.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. So, what are some other simple things kids can ask their voice assistants?
Tons of things. You can ask, "What's the capital of France?" or "Tell me a joke." You can even ask it to play your favorite song. Just remember to say, "Hey Siri" or "Okay Google" first to wake up your assistant.
This is so cool. I'm going to go try it out right now. Hey Siri, tell me a fun fact.
Have fun exploring the world of AI, Alex. Just remember, these voice assistants are powerful tools, but they're also still learning. Sometimes they might not understand you perfectly, but they're getting better all the time. Hey, Alex, ever notice how video games seem to get smarter? Like, the bad guys don't just run straight at you anymore.
Totally. It's like they're actually trying to win. Is that AI at work?
You got it. It's AI that controls the characters you play against. Think of it like this. The game designers give the characters rules, and the AI uses those rules to make decisions. It's what makes the game challenging and, well, fun.
So it's not like a real person is controlling every single bad guy.
That would be impossible. Exactly. Imagine trying to control hundreds of characters at once. AI lets the computer handle all that. It's all about algorithms. An algorithm is just a set of instructions that the computer follows. For example, a simple AI algorithm might tell an enemy to move towards the player or attack when in range.
Okay, I get it. But some games are way harder than others. Is that because of different kinds of AI?
Absolutely. Think of it like difficulty levels: easy, medium, and hard. Each level uses a different AI brain.
So what does an easy AI look like?
An easy AI might make simple mistakes, like it might not see you hiding behind a box, or it might take a really obvious path right into your trap. It's designed to be forgiving, so new players can learn the game. The algorithm might have a low awareness setting, meaning it doesn't react as quickly or intelligently.
Makes sense. And what about medium?
Medium AI is a step up. It's more aware of its surroundings, reacts faster, and might even try to use basic tactics, like flanking you. That means trying to get around you to attack from the side. The algorithm might include things like pathfinding, so the enemy can navigate the game world more effectively.
Ooh, flanking. That sounds sneaky. So hard AI must be super smart, right?
Hard AI can be really tough. It uses advanced tactics, predicts your moves, and takes advantage of any weakness. It might even learn from its mistakes. This often involves more complex algorithms, like machine learning.
Machine learning, like the AI is actually learning as it plays.
Exactly. The AI can analyze past games and adjust its strategies to become more effective. For example, it might learn that a certain weapon is particularly effective against you and start using it more often.
Wow, that's intense. So how do game designers actually make these different AIs?
They use special programming languages and tools. They start by defining the AI's goals, what it's supposed to do in the game. Then they write the algorithms that tell the AI how to achieve those goals. They also have to test the AI to make sure it's working as intended and that it's challenging but not impossible to beat.
So it's like teaching a robot how to play a game?
Pretty much. And the better the AI, the more realistic and engaging the game becomes. It's all about creating a believable and challenging opponent.
That's so cool. I'll definitely be paying more attention to the AI in my games now. It's like there's a little brain working behind the scenes.
You got it. And as AI technology gets even better, video game characters are only going to get smarter and more challenging. Get ready for some seriously smart opponents.
Hey, Alex, ever wonder how Netflix and YouTube Kids always seem to know exactly what movies and shows we want to watch? It's like they can read our minds.
Totally. It's kinda spooky, but also super cool. I always find something new I like. How do they do it? Is it magic?
Not magic, silly. It's AI, or artificial intelligence. Think of AI as a super smart computer program that can learn things just like you do in school.
So the computer is watching me watch TV? That sounds a little weird.
It's not watching you exactly, it's watching what you watch. Every time you finish an episode of a show or give a thumbs up to a movie, the AI takes note. It's like it's keeping a secret diary of your favorite things.
Okay, I get it. So it remembers what I like? But how does that help it pick new stuff for me?
That's where the learning part comes in. The AI looks for patterns. Let's say you love cartoons about talking animals, especially if they're also about space adventures. The AI will notice that you watch a lot of those kinds of shows.
Space animals all the way.
Exactly. Then the AI will look for other shows that are similar. Maybe another cartoon about a spacefaring squirrel or a movie about a dog who builds a rocket. It figures if you like one, you might like the others too.
So it's like if I like chocolate ice cream, it'll suggest vanilla because they're both ice cream.
That's a great way to think about it. But AI can get even smarter than that. It doesn't just look at the main topic, like animals or space. It also looks at things like the actors, the director, even the music in the show.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
It is. And the more you watch, the more the AI learns about your tastes. It's like teaching a robot your favorite things. The more you teach it, the better it gets at picking out shows you'll enjoy.
So, if I suddenly start watching a lot of shows, I don't know, cooking, will it start suggesting cooking shows?
Absolutely. It might even suggest shows with the same actors or the same kind of humor as the shows you already like. It's all about finding connections.
That's why sometimes I see shows that I'm not really interested in. The AI is still learning.
Exactly. It's not perfect. Sometimes it makes mistakes. But the more you use it, the better it gets at understanding what you want to watch. It's like training your own personal TV recommending robot.
That's so cool. So, next time I see a show pop up on Netflix that looks perfect for me, I'll know it's not magic. It's just a super smart AI doing its job.
You got it. And who knows, maybe one day AI will be able to recommend even more things, like what books to read or what games to play. The possibilities are endless.
Hey, Alex, ever notice how music apps seem to know exactly what you want to hear? It's like they're reading your mind.
Totally. I always wondered how Spotify makes those daily mix playlists that are, like, scarily perfect. Is it magic?
Not quite magic, but close. It's AI, or artificial intelligence, working behind the scenes. Think of AI as a super smart computer program that can learn and make decisions just like you and me, but with music.
So, how does AI actually make music? Does it just invent songs?
Well, some AI can. There are programs that can analyze tons of existing songs, everything from pop hits to classical masterpieces, and then use what they've learned to create entirely new tunes. It's like they're learning the rules of music and then breaking them in cool ways.
Wow. So could AI write a song that sounds like my favorite band but is totally original?
Absolutely. That's where things get really interesting. These AI programs look at things like the melody, the tune, the harmony, the chords that go with the tune, the rhythm, the beat, and even the instruments used. They can then use that information to create something brand new that fits a certain style.
Give me an example.
Okay, check out Amper Music or Jukebox by OpenAI. Amper lets you choose a style, mood, and length, and it creates a unique song for you. Jukebox is even wilder. It can generate songs with specific artists' voices. Imagine an AI creating a song that sounds like Taylor Swift wrote it.
That's kind of mind-blowing and maybe a little scary.
It can be, but mostly it's a tool for creativity. Think of it like this. AI can help musicians overcome writer's block or experiment with new sounds they might not have thought of on their own.
Okay, that makes sense. So what about those personalized playlists? How does AI know what songs I'll like?
That's a different kind of AI at work. These apps use something called collaborative filtering. Basically, they look at what songs you listen to and then compare that to what other people with similar tastes listen to.
So if I listen to a lot of K-pop and someone else does too, the app will recommend songs that they like to me?
Exactly. It's like the app is saying, hey, people who like this also like that, so you might too. They also use something called content-based filtering, which analyzes the actual music itself, the genre, the tempo, the instruments, to find songs that are similar to what you already enjoy.
So it's not just guessing, it's actually using data to figure out my taste?
Precisely. And the more you listen, the better the AI gets at predicting what you'll like. It's constantly learning and refining its recommendations.
That's actually really cool. So next time I'm jamming out to my daily mix, I'll remember that it's not just random songs. It's AI working hard to keep my ears happy.
Exactly. AI is changing the way we create and listen to music, and it's only going to get more amazing from here. Who knows? Maybe one day AI will write the next big hit song. Hey, Alex. Ever wonder how your phone takes such amazing pictures, even when you're not a professional photographer?
Totally. I always thought it was just the fancy lenses, but my friend told me it has something to do with AI. Is that true?
Absolutely. AI is the secret sauce. Think of it like this. Your phone's camera has a tiny brain that helps it understand what it's seeing. It's not just recording light, it's interpreting the scene.
So how does that work? Does it, know what a face looks like?
Exactly. It uses something called facial recognition. The AI has been trained on tons and tons of pictures of faces, so it can quickly identify them in your photos. It then uses this information to adjust the focus and exposure to make sure everyone looks their best. It's like having a professional photographer built right into your phone.
Wow, that's so cool. So that's why my selfies always look so good?
Partly, but it's not just for faces. AI also helps with something called scene detection. The camera can recognize different scenes, like a sunset, a beach, or even a plate of food.
No way! It knows when I'm taking a picture of my lunch?
It does. And based on the scene, it automatically adjusts the camera settings to get the best possible shot. For example, if it detects a sunset, it might boost the colors to make it look even more vibrant. Or if it sees a plate of food, it might sharpen the details to make it look more appetizing.
That's insane! So what about portrait mode? Is that AI too?
You bet! Portrait mode is a great example of AI in action. The camera uses AI to create a depth map of the scene, figuring out what's in the foreground, you, and what's in the background. Then it blurs the background to create that professional-looking bokeh effect, making you stand out even more.
So it's like the camera is painting with blur.
Precisely. And it's all done automatically, thanks to AI. It's not just blurring everything randomly, it's intelligently blurring the background while keeping you sharp and in focus.
This is blowing my mind. Are there any other ways AI helps my camera?
Oh, tons! Think about low-light photography. AI can help reduce noise and brighten up the image, making it possible to take clear pictures even in dark environments. It does this by analyzing the image data and intelligently filling in the missing details. It's like magic.
So it's not really magic, it's just really smart math.
Exactly. It's all about algorithms and data. The AI is constantly learning and improving, so your phone's camera will only get better over time.
That's amazing. I'm going to look at my phone camera in a whole new light now. It's not just a camera, it's a super smart AI assistant.
You got it. And the best part is, you don't even have to think about it. The AI is working behind the scenes to make sure you always get the best possible picture. So go out there and take some amazing photos. Hey, Alex, ever feel like learning something new is like climbing a really tall mountain?
Totally, Morgan. Especially when it comes to things like math or a new language. Where do you even start?
Well, guess what? AI is here to give us a super-powered climbing rope. Think of AI learning apps as your personal tutors, but instead of just one, you have a whole team of them working behind the scenes.
A team of tutors? How does that even work?
It's all about personalization. These apps use AI to figure out exactly what you're good at and what you're struggling with. Imagine you're learning fractions. If the app sees you're having trouble with adding fractions with different denominators, it will focus on that.
So it's like the app is saying, okay, Alex needs help with this specific part. Let's give her some extra practice.
Exactly. And it's not just about giving you more problems. The AI can also change the way it explains things. If one explanation isn't clicking, it can try a different one, maybe using pictures or real-world examples.
That's way better than just reading the same definition over and over. Can you give me some examples of these AI learning apps?
Sure. Think about apps like Duolingo for learning languages. It uses AI to adapt to your learning speed and style, making sure you're not getting bored or overwhelmed. It spaces out the repetition of words and phrases based on how well you remember them, using something called spaced repetition.
Spaced repetition? Sounds fancy.
It is. It's based on the idea that you remember things better if you review them at increasing intervals. The AI figures out the perfect timing for you. Another example is Photomath. You can take a picture of a math problem, and it will not only give you the answer, but also show you all the steps to solve it.
Wow, that's like having a math genius in your pocket.
It is. And the AI in Photomath can even recognize handwritten problems. It can identify the numbers, operators, and variables, and then use algorithms to solve the equation. It's like magic.
So AI is basically making learning more efficient and less frustrating?
Absolutely. It's like having a custom-made learning experience designed just for you. And it's not just for math and languages. There are AI apps for all sorts of subjects, from science to history to even coding.
That's amazing. I'm definitely going to check some of these out. It sounds like AI can really help me conquer that learning mountain.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe one day AI will even help us build a real-life learning mountain, complete with interactive exhibits and personalized challenges.
Now that's a mountain I'd be excited to climb.
Hey, Alex, ever tried talking to someone who speaks a completely different language? It can be tricky.
Totally. I remember trying to order food in Spain once. Let's just say I ended up with something I definitely didn't expect. But now, aren't there apps that can help with that?
Exactly. That's where AI comes in. Think of translation apps like Google Translate or iTranslate. They use AI, specifically something called neural machine translation, to understand and translate languages in real time.
Neural machine translation? Sounds complicated.
It is, but the basic idea is that the AI learns from tons of examples of translated text. It figures out the patterns and relationships between words and phrases in different languages. It's like teaching a computer to understand the meaning of what you're saying, not just translating word for word.
So it's not just replacing words with their dictionary equivalents?
Nope.
That's how older translation tools worked, and they were often pretty bad. Neural machine translation considers the context of the sentence. For example, the word bank can mean a place to keep money or the side of a river. The AI looks at the other words in the sentence to figure out which meaning is correct.
Wow, that's smart. So how does it work in real time?
Okay, imagine you're using a translation app to talk to someone who speaks French. You speak into your phone in English. The app uses speech recognition, another AI tool, to turn your voice into text. Then, the neural machine translation system translates that text into French. Finally, the app uses speech synthesis, yet another AI tool, to speak the translated French out loud. All of this happens in just a few seconds.
That's amazing. So I could actually have a conversation with someone who doesn't speak English?
Absolutely. Many translation apps have a conversation mode where you can take turns speaking in your own language and the app will translate back and forth. It's not perfect, of course. Sometimes the translations can be a little bit off, especially with slang or idioms.
Idioms?
Yeah, like "it's raining cats and dogs." A literal translation wouldn't make sense in another language. The AI has to be trained to recognize these kinds of expressions and translate them appropriately.
That makes sense. So what are some other cool things you can do with these translation apps?
Well, you can use them to translate signs or menus when you're traveling. Just point your phone's camera at the text and the app will overlay the translation on the screen. Some apps even let you download language packs so you can use them offline, which is super helpful if you don't have internet access.
That's so useful. I always struggle with menus in other languages.
Me too. And it's not just for travel. Translation apps can also help people who are learning a new language. You can use them to check your pronunciation or to understand difficult grammar concepts.
So AI is basically helping us break down language barriers?
Exactly. It's making it easier for people from different cultures to communicate and understand each other. And as the AI gets better and better, these translation tools will become even more accurate and helpful. It's like having a tiny, super smart translator in your pocket.
Hey, Alex, ever think about how much AI is already in our houses? It's not just robots, you know?
You mean like my mom's fancy vacuum cleaner that doesn't bump into everything?
Exactly. That's AI at work. Think about smart home devices. Lights, thermostats, doorbells. AI is the brain making them work together.
So how does AI control them? It sounds like magic.
Not magic, algorithms. Imagine a set of instructions, like a super smart recipe. These instructions tell the devices what to do based on information they get. For example, your smart thermostat learns your schedule. It notices you turn the heat down every night at 10 p.m. and automatically starts doing it for you. That's AI learning a pattern.
Okay, I get the thermostat, but what about lights?
Motion sensors. The AI in the light detects movement. If it's dark and someone walks into the room, boom, the light turns on. It's using data from the sensor to make a decision. It's like a simple if this, then that rule, but way more complex.
So it's all about sensors and rules?
Pretty much. And voice commands. That's a big one. When you say, "Hey, smart assistant name, turn on the living room lights," your voice goes to a server where AI figures out what you're saying. It translates your words into actions the lights can understand.
Wow, so it's like a translator for robots.
You got it. And it's getting better all the time. The AI learns from every command you give it. The more you use it, the better it understands you. It's like teaching a dog new tricks, but with code.
What about doorbells? How does AI help there?
Smart doorbells have cameras and facial recognition. The AI can recognize who's at the door. It can even tell you if it's someone you know or a stranger. Some can even detect packages and warn you about potential theft.
That's kinda creepy, but also cool.
It's all about convenience and security. But it's important to remember that AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. If the facial recognition isn't trained well, it might not work properly.
So what's next for AI in our homes?
Even more personalization. Imagine your house automatically adjusting the lighting and temperature based on your mood, or your fridge suggesting recipes based on what you have inside. The possibilities are endless.
That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It's closer than you think. AI is already making our homes smarter and more convenient. Just remember, it's all about algorithms, sensors, and learning from data. And maybe a little bit of magic, too.
Hey, Alex, ever wonder what AI will be able to do when it grows up? Like way, way in the future.
Totally. It's like imagining what toys will be like in 100 years. Flying cars, robot teachers. AI could do almost anything, right?
Exactly. But it's important to remember that AI is still a baby, a super smart baby, but still learning. Think of it like this. Right now, AI can recognize pictures of cats really well. That's like a baby learning to clap.
Okay, I get it. So what's the next step after clapping for cats?
Well, some scientists are working on AI that can understand stories, not just individual words. That's like learning to read. Imagine AI that can read a whole book and then tell you what it's about.
Wow, that would be awesome for homework. But what about even bigger stuff?
That's where it gets really interesting. Some people are trying to build AI that can solve really complicated problems, like figuring out how to stop climate change or cure diseases.
Like a super smart doctor or scientist?
Kind of, but it's not just about being smart. It's also about being creative. Some researchers are even teaching AI to write music and paint pictures.
So AI could become an artist? That's mind-blowing.
It is. But here's the thing. AI can only do what we teach it to do. It learns from the information we give it. So if we only teach it about cats, it will only know about cats.
That makes sense. So it's up to us to teach AI to be helpful and kind?
Exactly. And that's a big responsibility. We need to make sure that AI is used for good, not bad. Think about self-driving cars. They could be amazing, but we need to make sure they're safe and don't make mistakes.
So the future of AI is in our hands?
Pretty much. It's like planting a seed. We need to water it and take care of it so it grows into something beautiful and useful.
But what if AI gets too smart, like in those movies where the robots take over the world?
That's a good question, and it's something that scientists are thinking about. They're trying to build AI that is not only smart, but also safe and ethical. They want to make sure that AI always has our best interests at heart.
So it's like teaching AI to be a good person?
Exactly. We need to teach AI about fairness, kindness, and respect. That way, it can help us build a better future for everyone.
This is all so exciting, but also a little scary.
I know, but the most important thing is to remember that AI is just a tool. It's up to us to decide how we use it. And if we use it wisely, it could help us solve some of the biggest problems in the world.
So what's the coolest thing you think AI will be able to do in the future?
Maybe AI will be able to help us explore space and discover new planets. Or maybe it will help us understand the secrets of the universe. The possibilities are endless.
Wow, I can't wait to see what happens. It's like watching a really cool science fiction movie, but it's real life.
Totally. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one teaching AI how to do amazing things.